us a hostage.
She should have thought of that before we broke out. Would have been easy enough to get one if we'd been properly organised.
It's too late to worry about that now. You see anything?
Well, it'd help if someone found the main switch and put the lights on.
What's the matter, Hayes? Frightened of running into him in the dark.
You gotta be joking. Wouldn't mind bumping into that spunk any time.
Yeah, I reckon you'd have to stand in line.
Well, if I see him first, you lot'll have to queue up. Here, help me move this table, will you?
What for?
Well, if we're going to have to stand guard in that corridor all night, I want something to sit on, don't I?
Oh, you're cooking with gas, Hayes.
Night.
Mr. Fletcher, have there been any new developments?
Not since you ordered us to do nothing.
Yes, I'm sorry I took so long to get here. This is Inspector Thorne. He'll be in charge of any police action that is necessary.
It's necessary already. You realise that 2 of our officers are still in there?
Yes.
So when do we go in and get them?
It's not as easy as that, is it? We could be placing them in more danger.
The police have had a phone call from Steve Faulkner. They're in hiding. The women haven't found them yet.
That was hours ago.
Well, we could have gone in straight away if you hadn't have stopped us.
Look, why don't we discuss this inside? There seems little point in standing out here.
Of course. Let us know if there are any new developments out here, Mrs. Garfield. This way, Inspector.
What's happening?
You tell us.
How's Hazel's arm?
Okay. Although to hear her carry on, you'd think it was broken in half a dozen places.
Yeah.
She just wanted some pills, I think.
Well, why don't you give us some? If you ask me, we ought to break open the medicine cabinet and give everyone a go.
Oh, great. And a fat lot of good you'd be then if anything happened.
Well, there's nothing happening, is there? God, what's wrong with this place? Turn me back for 5 minutes and a bunch of strangers take over. What's the big deal with popping a few pills? B. Smith's not around, is she? Anyway, the news in D Block was that you'd taken over. You scared of Smith too.
Shut up, Gaffney.
You want to make me?
Look, it won't help arguing amongst ourselves.
Oh, God, it's Mary Poppins.
That's twice, Gaffney. One more and I'll start bouncing you across the walls.
Yeah, all right. What do you expect? We're just sitting around in here waiting for them to come in and get us.
Have you got any better ideas?
Yeah. Burn the place down.
You're mad.
Why? When this lot's over, we'll all be back in solitary and they'll throw away the key. You burn the place down and they can't lock us up.
Oh, you'd only end up in Barnhurst.
Wouldn't be too bad. There are blokes in Barnhurst. Chrissy Latham got herself up the duff there, remember?
Well, there you go. You wouldn't like that to happen to you, a nice young girl like you, would you?
What are you laughing at?
Nothing?
Mouse, go and check the corridor, see if anyone's seen Faulkner.
Oh, why me?
Because I said so.
Come along, Mouse. You come with me. Have a look in the kitchen. Anything's better than staying with this bloody lot.
Faulkner's still in the prison.
Yeah, he must have been trapped here when we started rioting. I've got the women looking for him.
Well, the officer's always working twos. If there's one, that means there must be another one round.
Doesn't matter how many there are, does it? We haven't found them.
Suppose she'd have seen anything. Wake up, you silly bugger. I'm hungry. Well, we'll raid the kitchen after we've finished this lot. Not that I think we'll find anything after last night.
details on that story from Canberra later on in the morning.
So you got your appetite back, Smith?
Channel 10.
Well, don't sound too disappointed.
I'm not. The sooner you get better, the sooner I get back onto some decent duty.
The Department of Corrective Services this morning confirmed reports that women at the Wentworth Detention Centre have rioted and taken over the prison. The department says police and prison officers have the prison surrounded and there's no danger to people living in the immediate area. A group of citizens headed by Margaret Ferguson voiced their concern when they heard of the riot.
Do you know about this?
Yeah, it started last night.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
What's it got to do with you?
Listen, those women are my mates. There's a woman that's been transferred to Wentworth as a real troublemaker. They might need my help.
They're causing enough trouble without your help, Smith.
I only want to speak to them on the phone.
Forget it.
Doctors Wright and Brown. Casualty, please. Doctors Wright and Brown.
Well, if we're not going to storm the place, what are we going to do?
We'll talk to them, find out why they rioted and what they want.
We know what they want. They want to get out of there. They want their husbands to come and visit them in here. They want $200 a week and nice soft beds. That's what they want.
Well, let's hear it from them, shall we?
What good would that do?
Well, if we talk to them, they might let slip whether they've got the two other officers. It would give us something concrete to act on.
And it will give us more time.
All right.
I thought we were going to get a telephone link to the prison.
We're waiting on telecom. It shouldn't take long.
Well, could we find out?
Well, sure. Hall was looking after it. I'll see how he got on.
Mrs. Davidson, I heard the news on the radio and came in as soon as I could. Look, why wasn't I told earlier? I could have helped.
No, no one can help because we're not doing anything.
We didn't think it necessary to get everyone in.
Oh, I see. Where's Meg?
I sent her home.
Is she hurt?
No, she's just tired.
Really? Oh, probably just as well. Since she did that stint as a parole officer, she's been softer than ever, being more of a hindrance than a help.
Meg's a good officer, pals. Please, not more like her.
Then why isn't she here?
That is enough. Now, look, I am running this operation, and there is to be no more bickering from either of you.
No good, I'm afraid. Technical hold-up.
Well, could you get me a megaphone?
Of course.
Good. Let's try that, shall we?
You women in there, can you hear me? This is Mrs. Davidson. If you can hear me, I want some of you to come out here and tell us why you have taken this action. We would like to hear your grievances. Tell us what you want.
She's got to be joking, as if she didn't know.
You all know what you want, to burn the place down.
Oh, there are other things.
Such as?
Well,
I'm waiting.
Well, for a start, we could get rid of Sultry. And they could let us wear our own clothes. And a single room for everyone with its own toilet and shower. You know, a bit of privacy, instead of those buggers perving on us the whole time.
Margot's right. They had a bloke on shower duty the other morning.
There was a staff shortage, if you remember.
That's not the point, it's the principle.
They'd never give in to all that.
Why not? We've got them where we want them. Let's screw them. They've got no choice.
If you are not prepared to talk, we will have to retake the prison by force. That will mean violence and bloodshed. We do not want to see anyone hurt.
They've got a choice. Okay, get rid of the barricade.
Doesn't seem to be working.
I've never met a prisoner yet who didn't want an opportunity to complain about conditions.
Hey, hang on. Door's opening.
We need time to prepare a list.
How long?
15 minutes.
Who is preparing the list?
Me, Kate, and Margot.
They've let Gaffney out of solitary. We'll never be able to reason with her.
Very well. We'll meet you here